Hey kids, I hope you're having a great day, that you've had a great week, that you've had a great however long it's been since we've seen each other. I've been praying for you and I've been thinking about you, thinking about the ways that you are missing out because of COVID, but also thinking about all the great things. Getting to spend more time with your family, getting to maybe spend some little more time outside in the sun, getting to see some beautiful moments happening around you. Um, I'm just really been praying for you, hoping that you are doing well. I missed sharing our highs and lows and God sightings with you, so I wanted to take time for us to do that with the people around us. So if you're watching this with your mom, your dad, your siblings, your grandparents, anyone, want you to take a moment and share with them what was the best part of your week. What was the high of your week? My high was that I got to have my favorite meal last night, which is a bean and cheese burrito with a really good sauce on it. That was my high. And now, share with the people around you what your low was. What was the hardest thing this week? For me, my low was that I moved. And it was just as much fun as it was, and how glad I am to be where I am now. It was tiring, and I was just really tired. So that was my low. And now, take time to think about and share where you've seen God. Where has God been working in your life? What has God been doing? For me, I've seen God in my dog and my parents' dogs getting to interact together. And for them to become friends and to see them play and run around the yard. I've really seen God in that moment. So if you haven't already, go ahead and pause this video and share with the people around you what was the best part of your week, what was the high, and then what was the lowest part, what was the scary part, a hard part, a thing that made you tired. And then lastly, share where you've seen God, what amazing things God has done. So I'm going to sing a song with you. I think you know it. And then Allison's going to read a story for you, and you'll do Worship and Wonder with Adrian. I hope you've had a great week. Let's sing this song together. It's called This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's sing the first one again. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Amen.
Good morning, Ridlgea kids. I'm so sad I can't be actually with you all today, but I hope you're having so much fun being together. I'm excited to share a story with us. It's called When God Made Light by Matthew Paul Turner and illustrated by David Catro. You may have the book When God Made You. We give it out at church when you get dedicated as a baby. This is their second book. Let's read it. Let's Let there be light. Let there be light. That's what God said. And light began shining and then started to spread. It flickered and dashed, it blinked and flashed. Light poured and light spilled. It bolted and splashed. Light glared and glimmered, it flared and sparked, and wherever light shined, dark stopped being dark. In the beginning, space became bright, 'cause God filled it with twinkles of yellowy light. Brilliant stars gleamed, swirls of light streamed. In that once empty space, a galaxy beamed. When God made light, a universe lit up, a dazzling display of big shiny stuff. And all that light, every bright golden hue, is the very same light that God put inside you. Look at all the shadows. Now God made the sun to light up our days, to cover our planet with life-filled rays, to make summers warm and winters not too cold, to help flowers bloom and turn wheat fields to gold, to burst in the morning at the first crack of dawn and rise up slowly and beam across lawns. I love watching the sunrise when I wake up that early. And when the sun shines, here's what you should do. Go run, have fun, play a game, maybe two. Go skipping or flipping or down a slide slipping. Or if it's too hot, a pool. Go dipping. Look at the dog jumping into the pool. It's going to be a big belly flop. Dance in the grass, go climbing in trees. Build castles with sand. Face the wind, feel its breeze. Do you like climbing trees? I like climbing trees. Look at the dog floating. Oh, wrong side. Look at the dog floating. Eat berries and cherries. In a patch, pick strawberries. Or whistle out loud with a choir of canaries. And once in a while, when the playing's done, look up in the sky and thank God for the sun. And when the light fades and day ends too soon, wave goodbye, sun. Hello, moon. It's good to say thank you to God for the sun. Yes, God made the moon to brighten the sky's night, to reflect the sunshine, to be our world's nightlight. Have you ever thought about the moon as the world's nightlight? I love that. But beneath a dark sky, there are things you can do. Just bring a mommy or a daddy and a flashlight or two. Raise a tent and go camping through the woods, stamping, romping and stomping on paths made for tramping. I love playing with flashlights outside. Catch fireflies in jars. Go gazing at stars. Try counting and see how many there are. See constellations, shapes, and formations. Find a lion or a bear amid heaven's creations. It's been a long time since I've caught fireflies. That's really fun. Sing songs around campfires. Make marshmallow s'mores. Let Grandpa tell stories. Wage flashlight wars. I miss being at camp and getting to roast marshmallows. Now, when God made light, God made all different kinds. Some sparkle, some flares, but all light shines. It flashes and bolts when lightning's crashing, or boasts through the sky when a comet is dashing. And if you ever feel scared in the darkness of night, remember the shadows are no match for God's light. Climb into bed, sleep soundly and dream, and know that inside you, God's glow is a gleam. Shadows are no match for God's light. 'Cause you're just like the sun and the moon in the sky, as lustrous as twinkles that dazzle the eye. You're splendid as lightning when it flashes so bright. 'Cause on the day you were born, God said, "Let there be light." So beam like the sun, glimmer like a star, and wherever you go, dark will stop being dark. Shimmer and shine, be a beacon so bright. 'Cause when God made you, child, God made light. Did you know the light of God shines in you? It's true. The end. It was great reading a story with y'all today. I can't wait to see you soon. Bye, friends.
Today, we're going to be in the desert. The desert is a place where so many important things happen. The desert is a strange and wild place. You guys know this part. In the night, it's very cold. During the day, it's burning hot. And there is almost no water at all. The desert is always changing. The wind comes and it shapes and it molds, so the desert is never the same. Once, Abram and Sarai lived in a beautiful city called Haran. The one true God loved Abram and Sarai, and one day God said to them, "Move from your home. I will give you a new home and a new land. It's all right to go. I will be with you, and I will bless you, and you will be a blessing." Abram and Sarai looked across the desert. It would be sad to leave their home and their friends. They wondered if they would be safe. Would God be with them? Abram and Sarai went. They trusted God, the one true God, to show them the way. First, they came to Shechem in the land of Canaan. God had been with them in Haran, but would God be with them here too? And God said to them, Look at all this land. I will give this land to your children." Abram and Sarai were so happy that God was with them that they couldn't help but give God thanks. So they built a special altar and prayed their thanks to God. Then they moved to a place near Bethel. And God was there too. Abram and Sarai were so happy that God was with them that they couldn't help but give thanks to God. So they built an altar and prayed their thanks. Then there came a great famine, so there was not enough food to eat. They were very hungry. So Abram and Sarai moved to the land of Egypt for food. Egypt. See all the food in Egypt. Pies and cupcakes and croissants. Abram was scared. He was scared of the people in Egypt. He forgot that God had promised to be with him. But God did not forget. God kept Abram and Sarai safe. The Egyptians were good to them and gave them food and animals. And Abram and Sarai moved back to the land of Canaan, the land that God had promised to give them, to a place called Hebron. Abram and Sarai wondered if God would be here too. God had been with them in Haran, and in Shechem, and near Bethel, and in Egypt. Would God be in Hebron too? And God said to them, I will give you many children to live in this land. And Abram and Sarai were so happy that God was with them, they couldn't help but give thanks to God. So do you know what they did? They built an altar and prayed their thanks to the one true God who was with them. Now God was with them, and Abram and Sarai knew that the one true God who spoke to them and showed them the way was in every place and in every time, just as God had promised. I wonder how they felt when they were told to move to a new home. I wonder how it felt to leave their home and not know where they were going or know anyone there. Have you ever gone somewhere and didn't know where you were going? I wonder how Abram and Sarai felt going through the desert, looking for a place to live. And I wonder how they felt when God spoke to them in all these places. I wonder where God is when you go from place to place. I wonder how many places God can be.